All right, folks, good afternoon and Happy New Year again from the home office. Your Pratte back with your headlines for this Monday, January 1st, 2018. Now, tonight, a lot of these stories we'll be talking about on Rock Pratte Monday night that starts at 7. And again, a reminder, no medical frontiers tonight, courtesy of the Allegheny Health Network, part of the Highmark Healthcare Company. They're off for the holiday, but back next Monday, January the 8th, talking about Ask the Doctor Anything with your host, Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer. And then, of course, in the 10 o'clock hour, we have the guys from the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show, Greg Diolis, who is at the Outback Bowl. He'll join us on the Disc Institute of Pittsburgh Newsline, along with Bob Dvorak, looking back at the final week of the National Football League and that Steelers win against the Browns. We'll also take a look at today's College Bowl action, and yes, peek ahead to what lies ahead for the Steelers in the postseason, and also upcoming wild card weekend in the National Football League. Of course, CBS Radio News and the frigid AccuWeather forecast. How long will these cold temperatures stick around? All of that tonight, Rock Pratte Monday night to welcome in your new year at 7 o'clock on the Pioneer Broadcasting Station of America, Intercom Communications, News Radio 1020 KDKA. Now to your headlines. In New York, hundreds of thousands packed Times Square in 9-degree Fahrenheit weather with a wind chill of 4 degrees below zero. The frigid temperature made it the second coldest New Year's Eve ball drop on record. The coldest, 1 degree Fahrenheit in 1917. Congratulations to the NYPD police and their commissioner, James O'Neill. The men and women of the force did a great job last night. They had additional security measures, including checkpoints, police dogs, street closures, and undercover officers. Las Vegas fireworks lit the sky in a synchronized spectacle over the city as the new year began. San Francisco fireworks burst over the waterfront. More than 1 million people lined the harbor in Sydney, Australia to watch a huge fireworks display. Moscow revelers filled a special New Year's subway train decorated with winter scenes, and Pope Francis led his annual prayers at St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. A 16-year-old boy is in custody after 4 people, including his parents and sister, were shot to death in a Long Branch, New Jersey home at New Year's Eve just before the midnight hour. Officers responded to shots being fired about 15 minutes before midnight. The bodies of 42-year-old Linda Colucci and 44-year-old Stephen Colucci, and 18-year-old sister Brittany, and Mary Schultz, a 70-year-old friend who lived with the family, were found inside. The circumstances surrounding the killings, including the motive, still unclear. 4 days into the Iranian protests, no sign yet what, if anything, the President Trump administration will do from the sidelines. There is no indication that the demonstrations would actually welcome a U.S. role, raising doubts over the influence of Washington. The death toll in the protests has claimed to 12 as of today. The president did tweet Friday that Iranians were showing they were fed up with the regime's corruption and its squandering of the nation's wealth to fund terrorism abroad. In his first tweet of 2018, the president slammed Pakistan, saying the country has given the U.S. nothing but lies and deceit. The United States has foolishly given Pakistan more than $33 billion in aid over the last 15 years, and they have given us nothing but lies and deceit. Thinking of our leaders as fools, they give safe havens to terrorists we hunt in Afghanistan with little or no help, no more. North Korea leader Kim Jong-un held out a rare olive branch to the country's neighbors of South Korea today, offering talks sending a delegation to the Winter Olympics coming up next month. Kim struck an unusual conciliatory note in his annual New Year's Day address, declaring his wish for peaceful resolution with their friends on the southern border. Landry Jones, 239 yards and a touchdown. Steelers defeated the Browns 28-24. Evgeny Malcolm scored the Pens' lone goal as they continue to struggle. They were beaten at Detroit last night 4-1. They're at the Wells Fargo Center tomorrow night to face the Flyers at 7. Speaking of tomorrow night, Pitt will be on the road taking on Louisville at the KFC Yum Center at 9 o'clock. You can hear it on 93.7 The Fan. Don't forget, Rock Pratte Monday night, New Year's Day evening at 7 on News Radio 1020 KDKA. Good afternoon.